I would like to go over a few of the elements of how to cite a website. So if you have an author of an individual person, one thing to note in APA is you only use initials for first and middle names. Last names spelled out, comma, space, and then initials, period. Your date will come next, and it will be in this format, using as much information as you have. Sometimes you will only get a year, sometimes you will only get a month and a year, and sometimes you'll get an entire date. So your first, comma, month spelled out, and the day of that month, in parentheses with a period. Next comes the title of that page. Letter of the sentence is sort of how it's being looked at, is capitalized. That should be familiar from most of your writing. And things like proper nouns, like names, places, if the United States were in the title, that would be capitalized, but all other words are lowercase. This title is italicized, and there's a period. Next, you will list the host of the site. So these are all news websites. So for example, HuffPost, BET News, CNN, and then the link. So name, date, title of the article or the web page, and the host of that web page and the link. If we scroll down a little bit on this page, you will see a couple of other options that you may come across. One of which is if you grab information from a government website. You will start with that specific piece of the organization, the government entity that you're working with, the date, the title again of whatever web page that is, and then the host. So in this case, it's the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the National Institutes of Health, which host the National Institute of Mental Health site. And then you have the website. You may also end up with an organization's website. So there may not be an individual person listed as an author, but it's from an organization, in this case, the World Health Organization. So when organizations and government entities are spelled out, they will be in caps. Just the first letter of each word is in capitals, a period, the date again, the title again, only first letter is capitalized, period at the end, in italics, and then the link. This page can be found on the APA Style Guide under Web Pages. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.